Hey, what's going on, guys? Gamer Dude back once again with some more Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. But before we begin, you'll know the routine, or at least I hope you do by now. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe, because it would just be your good deed of the day. Same applies if you are a returning viewer. Now then, as mentioned in the previous live streams, Hogwarts Legacy is 7 months old now. And everybody, literally everybody, is looking toward the sequel, toward the future. And I still think that it's too soon to be doing that, because Hogwarts Legacy, it still has so much to offer. And people who are already looking at the sequel have played the story, but done nothing else. You know, they've not bothered with the collectibles, they've not bothered with the Revelio pages, all that stuff. They've just completed the story, all the side quests, and thought, right, we're done. And now they want the next one. Well, that's not the case. You know, I'm on my third playthrough here. I'm on my third playthrough here, and I still can't get enough of it. Yeah, I put it down for a little bit, just to, you know, so I wouldn't get bored of the repetition. But I'm still playing it. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be picking right up where we left off. Once again, I'm just going to be concentrating on getting the main quests out of the way. Getting all the spells. I've already played a lot of it and gotten a bunch of collectibles around Hogwarts just to level up and get some new gear. I'm still in awe at how beautiful this game is, though. I mean, the attention to detail is fantastic, and, you know, that camera is just so smooth and fluid. When it comes to the clothing as well that you get in the game, I'm just going to do it as the crow flies. You know, if I get a piece of gear, I'm just going to wear it. Don't really care on this playthrough, because I've done 2 other playthroughs, and I was very particular about what clothing I wore, so I'm just not going to bother in this one. As you can see, I'm dressed what appears to be like the dude from Fantastic Beasts.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close
Yes, I am.
attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter.
No, not really.
Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand. Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice.
Leviosa! Expelliarmus!
You seem to have it, but keep practicing. Expelliarmus may save your life one day.
No, it really won't. Right, what else can we do? Herbology. See, we're still very much at the opening of the game here. Even though I've done 2 live streams of it, we're still very early on. I mean, who knows? We could be live streaming this for weeks, and it will definitely keep me busy until Spider-Man 2 comes out. I have been thinking about getting Star Wars Jedi Survivor, because that is currently on sale on the PlayStation Store right now. The only problem is the sheer size of the game. It's 150 gigabytes. That is a massive amount of file space.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora.
And I've only got about 80 gig left on my PlayStation. To be fair, that's not even enough for Spider-Man, so I'm going to have to do a lot of deleting.
Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio.
Basically, the tortured screaming child in a pot.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
If you're a kid who grew up in the 90s like myself,
our ears.
the flower pot men. Bill and Ben. They just scream.
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Brace, brace, brace. Oh, Longbottom's been neglecting his EMFs. No, Mom, he's just fainted. I would have expected a nice little Easter egg to that here.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
Everyone was amazed by Professor Garlic and how ridiculously hot they made her look. I mean, I remember even when I first started playing the game and I saw her, I was like, damn, she's hot.
I wonder if hippogriffs like...
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting Dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice.
Not to mention I've done a bunch of exploring and probably picked up a bunch more.
Later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Why does it take time to grow? Can't there be a spell to, like, accelerate the process? Like, Excelio or Accelero? No. If you can think of a better word for a spell for accelerate, let me know.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get tested.
Man-eating cabbage. I mean,
fortunately,
Hogwarts is just really dangerous at this point if there's cabbages that can literally eat you.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Exactly, that's just what I was saying. Hogwarts is like super dangerous.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day.
It's like you go home after the first year's term and your mum's like, "Oh my god, what happened to your hand?" Oh, it was an incident with a cabbage.
Your lead.
Say what now?
Nice work.
I can just picture that conversation.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it. And delve into there. Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the Dinomi, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants.
Bastards.
Not like stupid booba-tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go inside.
Yo, Blazing, what's good? Thanks for stopping in.
imagine that
Appreciate
wasn't
it,
a
as always.
Just because those cabbages will chomp on a dummy doesn't mean they do the same on, say, a goblin.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary.
I was just saying like how dangerous Hogwarts like actually is. Like the chomping cabbage, for example. It's a cabbage that literally eats you.
Anyway,
so like, can you imagine going home after a year's term at school and your mum's like, "Oh, how was your? Oh my God, what happened to your hand?" It's like, a cabbage ate it. Like, really? A cabbage? Your hand was eaten by a cabbage. That'd be an interesting conversation to have. Yeah, that's not to say I didn't like the plants in the game. They do come in handy.
A reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves. I shall end our lesson here.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Seriously, I still can't get over how hot they made Professor Garlic look. Everybody was saying the same when the game released. That Professor Garlic was like ridiculously hot for a video game character, and I still agree. I still agree.
That goes for plants as well as friendship. Kindness and concern.
I hate to see a creature get put down like that. But trolls have no business in Hogsmeade.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They didn't particularly cover that part of Lily's story too much in the movies, but I believe in the books, it was very well written in that Lily wrote that letter to Dumbledore.
Wouldn't there be always someone from the Ministry guarding?
Professor Black would never allow it. It was nothing that consistently
Not Lily, Petunia. Lily is Harry's mother.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan Weld potion.
Mr. Takar,
can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to
See,
sterilize
that
and
just
even
didn't
heal
make sense to
a
me,
variety
because
of injuries.
It can heal some injuries.
Muggle-born wizards, like, how do they get their magical abilities? If they're born from Muggles, they must also not have magic, whereas wizards born from magical parents would naturally inherit the magical abilities. So it stands to reason, like, well, the whole Muggle and non-Muggle thing and the mixing of them, it just didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Because it's like, well, hang on a minute, why does my sister have the magical abilities but not me? And that's what I didn't even understand about it that much.
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze would be disastrous.
Sorry about that, just had to change the microphone over, the battery died.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
I suppose you've got to think of it that way. I mean, it
Not an easy
kind of does
brew.
make sense, I guess, but it
Well
also
done.
kind of doesn't,
And
because,
from what I
like,
hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade,
that
you
entire
also do well to
Muggle
practice
family
brewing the
didn't
defensive
have
Edurus
any
potion.
magical
Professor
relatives
Weasley had you
whatsoever
acquire the
dating
recipe
back
from J. Pippin's,
from the
correct?
time their
Yes, sir.
family tree
Good.
started.
For the moment, you can find
And
the
yet they've
ingredients
suddenly
you
had
need
a
in my
daughter
office.
that's now
But in
a
the
witch.
future, you'll be expected to provide your
It's like,
own
well, how the hell does that
ingredients.
work?
Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck.
Yeah,
the
I
first
can
time
I
round.
can see it like that. The chicken and the egg. I can see it that way.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I don't know, Gareth. I don't want to get on Sharp's bad side.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
I've enough to worry about collecting the ingredients he wants me to get. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I understand. I'll sort something else out.
Yeah, that was Finnegan that said that. The namesake of the character that I've given on this playthrough.
Remember,
I called him Richard Finnegan. Yeah, we're not taking that.
should not be that color, Miss. Should you chop the Didney or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
I always hated waiting for these. Especially in the room of requirement, you get so many potions tables up, and then you've just got to wait for them to be brewed, and it's like, but I need to go now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fun to create them, it was just so annoying having to wait for them. It's like, but I really need this for this particular boss battle. Can it be done now? I don't want to wait 10 minutes. Yeah, I think that's accurate. I think squibs. I think that works.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Get it! Dragon Dog! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror.
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be
did brew an
points from
endurance potion.
Gryffindor again.
I brewed an Edorus potion as you asked, Professor.
Glad you managed to stay on task. Not every class is so eventful. I saw Mr.
Right.
Weasley speaking
The
with you
waiting game
earlier.
is just so annoying
He can
because
be quite
you want
persuasive.
in games like this where you've got to
Glad you
wait for
managed
stuff
to
before you can
resist.
progress.
You've done well,
You're just
Harry.
like, but I want to
I
progress
confess I
now.
was
I want to
skeptical
do
given
this
the advanced
now.
nature
It's
of
like
this
I'm
class and
stopped
the
by
fact
this
you're a
thing
new
I've got to
student.
wait
I'm
for.
glad I was able to meet your expectations.
It's like games that have got a
Rare
day and night
occurrence.
cycle.
And you do well to
You're playing it
remember that
during the
you're
day and
not
it
a
says come
potions
back
master
between
quite
so and so
yet.
time, and you're like,
In addition to having
damn
a
it,
solid grasp of
why?
how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Ugh, my robes are going to reek.
So I have done I have done a bunch of side quests, and collected a bunch of gear and upgraded myself a little bit. But I haven't actually progressed the story because I wanted to save that for the playthrough. I'm also wanting to before fully completing this game to collect every single collectible. Now that I know where they all are, before progressing that final mission where you talk to Professor Weasley about the OWLs.
I wish Hogwarts would teach us how to...
Oh, I think it's equally as frustrating in both. It's the same as waiting in a game as waiting in real life. You're just like, but I want it now. It's the same when you're cooking some food. It's like, I don't want my food in 30 minutes. I want it now. It's like, give me it now. I want it now. Not in 30 minutes, now. I have no patience for traffic lights when I'm driving. if the lights on amber on orange, then I'm gonna speed up and go through it. I don't care. Legit, the feels on that. I mean, I'm not as excited for Spider-Man 2. I'm not as hyped as I was for the first game. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still very, very much hyped for it. But I don't feel as hyped as I did for the first game. Now, I don't know if it's because of the misconception that sequels are never as good as the original, or if it's just because, there's not really been as much hype generated towards Spider-Man 2 as there was for the first Spider-Man.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why would
Like
they look
MJ says in Spider-Man, expect disappointment and you won't be disappointed.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When
I
were
wish
you
I'd actually
at
known that
Gringotts?
phrase
Just before we
many
came to
years ago.
Hogwarts.
Because
In fact, that's why I
then
was late to
I
the
wouldn't
sorting
have been
ceremony.
disappointed
A
at
portkey brought
many
us
things
there
in my
after the
life.
dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all
Yeah,
of us.
or Kratos expects an attack and you'll never be caught off guard.
Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack.
That is actually
And I
ridiculously
shall never
accurate
forget
because
watching
these
Serana
days,
stand up to Rookwood
life
and
in
Harlow in the
general
Three
is an
Broomsticks.
attack on you.
Both
So
of you have
you've got to be
inspired
careful
me
not
to
to be
take a
caught off
stand
guard
of
by
my own.
life.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own, and you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember,
And you're not going to
I
get
am here
injured,
if you need me.
hurt,
Thank you,
or
Natty.
killed because you're a main character and
Be
you've
on
got
your part.
plot armor. Yay for plot armor.
I beg your pardon.
So why can't we just like throw
What's going
them
on here?
into the mix of things? You know, throw them into all the danger and we just hang back and let them take care of it all because they can't die.
They must have come this way. Think!
It's like I was saying to you the other day on your live stream, Blazon, when that guy was saying to you on Horizon, you go first, and you're like, oh yeah, totally, main character, you know, I'm going first. But then you're like, well, hang on a minute. If he goes first, and it turns out to be dangerous, then you totally know that you don't need to follow, and he's got plot armor, he's not going to die, so just let him take care of it.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm not going anywhere. Tell Rookwood to find himself. Leviosa, Accio, Incendius. Expelliarmus, Accio.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner. Until
What on earth
close
just
to
happened?
Hogwarts.
Well, we were attacked. What else happened? Duh.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Exactly. Like,
Victor
if there's another
Rookwood
character
seems
with you
extortionist
and it's a
with
dangerous
little
situation and
cronies.
they say you
They
go
seem
first, you're
quite
like, well,
keen on
no.
you.
It's a
You
long
go
story,
first.
but thank you for your
You've
help.
got the plot armor.
Well,
You
you've avoided them
can't
for a
die.
moment.
You be the
Pre-warned
sacrificial
me
lamb
things were
and
getting
just let me
dangerous.
hang back
Best get
until
moving
it's
on
all
my
out of the way and
research
done.
before they return.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
To be fair, solving all these Merlin trials, I expected something a little bit more interesting than just upgrades to your inventory. Because that's all you got.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know
I was expecting some kind of, like,
Well, then,
I don't know, hidden spell at the end of it, or some secret clothing items.
How they work.
But no, all you got was upgraded inventory.
A crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was rudely interrupted.
Exactly, like you say, maybe a wand skin or a cloak of Merlin.
In the center.
That would have been dope, you know, like the cloak of Merlin.
What if
the Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols?
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Maybe they'll do something like that in Hogwarts Legacy too.
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
The only benefit to collecting all of the Merlin trials is it increases your challenges, and it increases your collections. And you know, you need all of the collections to get the achievement at the end of the game for getting all of the collectibles. Which, to be honest, I've only recently just got. The only 2 achievements left I need in this game to get the Platinum Trophy is find the Mat Chamber as
What should I do now?
Gryffindor and find the Mat Chamber as a Ravenclaw. I never finished my Ravenclaw playthrough.
Incendio. The flames make the fire sink.
I decided to do this one because Gryffindor, it was the only common room that I hadn't actually seen.
I can hardly believe it.
And I figured, you know, with me seeing all the other common rooms, just seeing this one, it would bring the game to a complete close for me. You know, I'd seen them in the videos, but seeing them in the videos is not the same as actually playing it and seeing it for yourself.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work?
Yeah, that is an interesting quest. That is a really good quest going to Azkaban. It's a shame you don't get to learn Expecto Patronum,
I think each has those
but it was still a really cool quest nonetheless.
You should feel free to solve them as you come across them.
I mean, I like how it was specifically exclusive to a Hufflepuff character, because it had some kind of ties to Hufflepuff.
Which you can find in Hogsmeade, should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
I would really like to unlock the broomstick before finishing this live stream. Well, I also didn't pick Gryffindor for my first 3 playthroughs because Gryffindor's kind of expected. You know, after you watch all the films and read the books, it's kind of expected for you to choose Gryffindor. You know, so I figured I'd leave Gryffindor until last. Yeah, that's not to say I didn't want to play as a Gryffindor character. I actually really did want to choose Gryffindor off the bat. But I thought I didn't want to be like too predictable with it, so I just went with a house that nobody else seemed to want. I went with Hufflepuff because players of Hogwarts Legacy, they kind of really hate on Hufflepuff. It's like back in the day when Pokemon Go was first a thing. Everybody dissed Team Instinct, and it's like, well, what's wrong with it? It's just yellow, you know. It's just the color yellow. What's wrong with it? And I'm thinking, is that the same with Hogwarts Legacy? Is it because Hufflepuff is the color yellow? Do people not like the color yellow? No, as far as I've seen, there is only one exclusive quest for one house, and it's Hufflepuff, Azkaban Prison. When I played my Slytherin character, and granted I didn't finish my Ravenclaw playthrough, but when I played Slytherin and Ravenclaw, aside from the Azkaban quest, all the other quests were pretty much identical with a few different pieces of dialogue. Yeah, because I'd chosen different dialogues for each playthrough. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like I was saying. You know, you kind of expected to play as a Gryffindor, and you're like, nah, I don't want to be, you know, that guy that does it because you're supposed to do it.
It's me, Gareth.
You there? Yes, you. I wonder if...
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington, at your service.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
Sir
when I played as my
I know
Slytherin
about the book you
character,
found,
I
and it's
really
missing
loved
pages.
the look of the
I
Slytherin
may be
common
able
room.
to help.
The whole
Follow
dark
me, if you
aesthetic of
will.
it,
It's not too far.
the design of it, it looked absolutely fantastic.
How do you know about the
And
book?
so does the Hufflepuff
And
common
that
room.
it's missing pages.
In my
Word gets
opinion,
around
the
amongst the
Hufflepuff common room
ghosts.
is the
You were
best
spotted
common
with
room in
Mr.
the entire
Sallow in
game.
the restricted section.
Next up is Slytherin,
worry.
then
Your secret's
Ravenclaw,
safe
and
with
lastly, Gryffindor. Because Gryffindor's common room, it seems very bland, and it seems
This may
very
be
basic.
weak, but I believe I know who ended up with those pages. I'd be happy to take you to him, if you'd be so kind as to perform a small favor for me along the way.
Instinct was blue? Wait, so which one was the yellow one
Small
then?
favor in exchange for getting those pages.
Yes, it's nothing really. I'd be grateful if you could simply go into the kitchen and procure a little rotten roast beef.
I beg your pardon. Roast beef. Rotten roast beef.
That is correct. Rotten roast beef. If one floats through it just right, one can almost taste it.
Ugh. I suppose I can do that. But why me?
It's simple, my young friend. My ghostly form cannot carry it.
Yeah, in the movies, Harry first meets
If you'd be so kind as to
Malfoy
collect the roast beef, I shall
when they're
explain
outside the Great
everything
Hall
else in
waiting
due
to be
course.
housed. And, you know, that's when Malfoy talks to him like, so the great Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts. But in the books, it's different. He meets him in Diagon Alley before he meets Ron and Hermione.
Ah, here we are. Tickle the pear and head on in.
Did you say tickle the pear?
Yes, in the painting. I'll wait right here. Do try not to get in the way of the house elves. I'm already imagining sweet aroma of rotten roast beef.
Actually, I might be mistaken. I think this is an exclusive quest. I don't remember this being a quest to get in here on my other playthroughs.
Revelio. It smells glorious in here. Here's some beef, but it's not rotten. I'd best keep looking.
I found a turban. Maybe I should wear a turban.
Revelio.
Yeah, again, I don't remember coming in here and it being an exclusive quest. Because on my other playthroughs, I remember just coming down here and opening the door, opening the painting, and being allowed in.
There's a disgusting smell. I must be getting close.
Oh, a student? What a treat! What can Finky get for you? A pumpkin pasty? Perhaps some Welsh rabbit?
Sounds lovely, but what I really need is this rotten roast beef.
Ah, Nick sent you, didn't he? Please help yourself. Finky supposes Nick's tired of loitering about simply to experience the faintest memory of the taste of food.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you for the beef.
Happy to help, and to meet you as well. Please give Nick Finky's regards.
Who knew all of this was going on right beneath our feet?
No, I think this is the only character that has a... Well, not the only character, I mean the only house, should I say, that has a particular quest to get in here. When I played as a Hufflepuff, because the Hufflepuff common room is literally around the corner, this was one of the first rooms I actually found.
Finky keeps all us house elves in line here in the kitchen. It's all right. She's the kind-hearted sort.
The Hufflepuff common room is just down there.
No trouble, I take it?
Not at all. Finky sends her regards, along with the rotten roast beef.
Ah, glad to hear it. Kind elf, Finky. Now, let's get that beef to Sir Patrick Delaney Podmore, and you'll be one step closer to finding those pages.
This is all rather cryptic, Sir Nicholas. What's going on?
Terribly sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sir Patrick organizes the Headless Hunt, a group of headless ghosts who gather for various, headless activities.
Headless activities?
Yes, you'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I don't remember this either, so it must be an exclusive quest for a Gryffindor character.
When he was alive. My plan is to take the rotten roast beef to Sir Patrick so that he'll allow me, us, to engage with the hunt and speak to Jackdaw. Shall we?
Very well. I'd like to meet Sir Patrick myself and see this headless hunt.
Ah, wonderful.
Now, the headless hunt that he's talking about is actually another secret room in Hogwarts. The door is locked, but it doesn't tell you, that you've got to have a Alohomora to unlock it, so you just seemingly walk past it thinking it's nothing.
Do stay behind me. It's Sir Patrick we want.
Oi, Nesta, look who's here.
What have we told you, nearly headless Nick?
Hello, Sir Ramsett. Do let us pass. We brought
Yeah, exactly. It does make sense with Nick being the house ghost.
To beg his way in again.
Do they always talk to you like that?
Ah, all in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win him over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
Rest assured, you'll have your information from young Jackdaw in no time. Wherever he may be.
See, that's the interesting thing about multiple playthroughs. You think you've seen everything, and then you're playing it, and you're like, I never saw this.
Would be complete.
That's why I don't like people who just play it once,
And a student.
and then they just want the next game. You know, they don't bother doing all the multiple choice options with the dialogue. They don't bother doing all the collectibles or the side missions. They just finish the main stuff, and they're like, "Yep, we're done." And then they immediately want the next one.
It's Richard Jackdaw. Where can we find him? May we speak to him?
Jackdaw, eh? Why, here he is now. What a shame. Without his head. I bet you've always wondered what that's like, eh, Nick?
Sir, you jest.
It's bound to be around here somewhere. Probably being used in a game. If you find it, I give you my permission to speak with him, my young mortal. It's the least I can do for you for bringing this putrescent gift home.
Sir, there's another matter I wish to discuss with you, if I may.
Tut, Sir Nicholas. How many times do I have to tell you? Our entry requirements are quite clear.
But, sir,
we aren't the headless except for a little bit of tendon hunt, after all. Now, please, follow me, and I shall help you find your way out.
Oh, just let him in. He's practically headless.
Perhaps your luck with these chaps will be better than mine.
A fine night for revelry.
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
How do ghosts with their heads file away the afterlife?
Who will be next to play our little game of hide-and-seek amongst the pumpkins?
Hello again. Can you help me?
Ah, Sir Nicholas's young friend. Has he abandoned you?
Not at all. I need to speak to Richard Jackdaw. Sir Patrick said his head might be around here somewhere.
Indeed it might be. It is a bit unorthodox to include a mortal, but if you do wish to speak with him... Oh, why not? You can speak with Jackdaw if you can find his head amongst these pumpkins. Not just once,
Jackdaw,
but 5
Jackdaw.
times.
I remember Jackdaw. You meet him in the Forbidden Forest.
Spot each time you find it. Those are the rules. What say you?
So yeah, this is an entirely new quest because you don't do this on the other playthroughs because Jackdaw is in the Forbidden Forest and you just meet him.
If that's what I need to do to speak to Jackdaw, I'll do it.
Marvellous! Of course, a mortal holding a wand has an advantage over us ghosts. You can simply blast away to your heart's content. Remember, the game's not over until you find him 5 times. Begin!
This is
Blast away until you find him.
Stubborn already? Looks like we need to find another pumpkin to hide in, eh, Jackdaw?
Whatever you say, Dumfrey.
Oh, this is quite fun actually.
I could do that too if I had a wand.
You make this look easier than it's supposed to be.
I do like blasting things in this game.
I'm glad I won't be the one to clean up this mess.
Well done! Of course, having a wand served you well. Still, I believe congratulations are in order.
Not too bad for a mortal. Now, say what you need to say to old Jackdaw here, You've earned it.
Nicely done. But what's going
Right?
on?
It's like, you told me I could use my wand, so why wouldn't it be
I'm
easy?
not. Sir Nicholas said you might know the location of some pages I'm looking for.
Merlin's beard. I know precisely the ones you mean. I pinched them from Peeves. How could I forget? The map on those pages led me to my demise. I was not ready for what awaited me in that cave. The pages are likely still mouldering away with my, remains. Quite a final adventure, I must confess.
The pages are why you lost your head, and I must visit a cave and search for your corpse.
Yes. You'd think a decapitated ghost would get used to the word corpse. Say, here's an idea. Why don't
Now, the missing pages quest is still a main quest, but you'll have done it differently. This ghost, you'll have just been told to meet him in the Forbidden Forest, and you had to follow him through the Forbidden Forest.
I need those pages, so I suppose I'd better meet you. Thank you.
Not to worry. I'll just need to be reunited with my body first.
I think this is just an extra bit to make the quest a little bit longer.
Edge.
Yeah, see, because he just said see you at the forest edge, so now we're going to see him at the Forbidden Forest. I really can't wait to unlock the broomstick. Yes, exactly. See, this is that same quest. That bit is just extra, just for a bit of fun. I would hazard a guess. Not to say it wasn't fun, because it was fun.
These rocks have seen better days. Accio! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Revelio!
See, why move the chest when I can just cheat? Hey, wait. Did someone just shoot me? I think someone just shot me.
I've always said that travel broadens
See, yeah, exactly. It's just an extra bit for Gryffindor, and again, it makes it more interesting, you know, because like I was saying, people will just play games like this once, even though you can play through it multiple times for different ways of doing it, really. And they don't, you know, they'll just play through it once, be like, right, we're done, where's the next one? They won't do all the collectibles, they won't do all the side quests, and then they'll whinge that it was too easy and it wasn't long enough. It's like, well, it kind of is, but you just didn't take the time to appreciate how long it actually is.
Here I am, as good as my word.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you.
Yeah,
Just like
I must admit, after
brave
watching
the
your
Forbidden
playthrough of
Forest
Forbidden
in
West
pursuit of
yesterday,
adventure.
I
Well said.
did play
Now,
me
where
some
do we go
Forbidden
from
West
here?
today.
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros. I think it's Latin. Or Greek. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Well, if you never paid much attention in school, maybe that's how you ended up losing your head.
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is, rather unfortunately, coming back to me. Yes. You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering. Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath.
Well, no, dude, you're already dead. Why don't you just lead me there and warn me of any danger?
Levioso! Accio!
Spiders. Freaking hate spiders. Yeah, as it is, I'm going to have to do a lot of deleting. Just so I can install Spider-Man 2. Because that's over 100 gigabytes to install. See, the trouble is, with games and consoles these days, yeah, they're releasing all these up-to-date consoles.
For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word.
Taking into account how much memory these new games are going to be taking up, because a lot of them are well over 100 gigabytes now. And the hard drives just simply don't come with enough space for you to accommodate all these games. So you find yourself having 3 games and then it's full.
Something oddly solemn about this place.
And I am not paying nearly £1,000 just to get a brand new internal hard drive for the PlayStation.
There it is. Just as Jackdaw described. Intramuros.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding.
When are you going to give up?
Incendio!
Why don't you come up here and... You're not back for now. I won't bet.
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me. I wonder how big this place is.
Yeah, even the spider carcasses are creepy.
Hogwarts.
It's like, seriously though, when they made this game, did they have to make the spiders look so damn realistic?
Someone didn't want casual visitors down here.
Right. I hated this part because of the spiders too.
I wonder if any of these spells will help me through this.
Levioso! Accio! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Yes, I see you. Ha 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 ha! Kill it from a distance.
Levioso! Expelliarmus!
Yeah, can't get me. That is quite annoying though. Keeps trying to make me crouch. Now I'm gonna have to go in there. Yay! This is always fun. Freaking hate spiders.
Touch those. Ugh.
Expelliarmus! Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Yeah, frickin' spiders.
Revelio!
My shiny. See, when it comes to the spiders, they weren't just holding the shinies for me because they were always mine. They stole them. They stole them and had to die. It's just how it is. They're creepy, so they die. Yeah, I'm fully aware of what's over there.
I wonder if I can move that platform somehow.
Nah, creepy little bastards. It's just the way they move as well.
Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me.
They made them ridiculously accurate. See, I told you, whatever clothes I wear, I'm just wearing them as the crow flies. Really, don't care how he looks. Ooh, top hat. Yeah, right. That's
skeleton. skeleton in sight.
That's the only reason you didn't
But I may as well
remember,
help
because of the
myself to
spiders.
this.
Nobody really wants to remember spiders. It's like that scene in SpongeBob with Patrick, when SpongeBob's trying to sleep with in Patrick's house, and Patrick grabs the rock and just starts smashing SpongeBob, and he's like, "Spiders, spiders, spiders, spiders." That's what I want to do to him. Oh no, don't get me wrong. When I first played through it, aesthetics were quite important to me. You know, I wanted to specifically look like a Hogwarts student. So I specifically stuck myself to Hogwarts attire. Second playthrough, I wasn't too bothered, and I was planning to be evil on that playthrough. So I just did everything evil. So I made it look evil with all the dark arts robes and mask and stuff. So this playthrough, I'm just going to do it as the crow flies. You know, whatever I pick up that's more powerful, I'm just going to wear, even if it looks ridiculous. We should make it a bit more fun. At least there's no completely ridiculous outfits like in Marvel's Spider-Man with the undie suit. It's one suit I will never wear when replaying that game. Yeah. That sent a chill down my spine. Frickin' spiders.
Revelio.
Goddamn spiders.
That's odd. I'd have thought Jackdaw would have been interested in this loot, but there's no sign of him. It's a good thing Jackdaw didn't fall down there.
Well, it wasn't until my second playthrough that I actually figured out you can do this. You can change the appearance to whatever the hell you want of any item, and it still keeps the power of the item that you're actually wearing. So when I found that out on my second playthrough, I was like, oh, come on!
Revelio. Accio. An untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave.
Looks like Jackdaw wasn't interested in finding shinies.
Expelliarmus.
See, me, especially when I've already played through it once and know where they all are, I kind of, you know, want to get them again.
Incendio. Expelliarmus.
Yeah, I really don't want to go that way. And I've got to fight spiders anyway.
Incendio. Expelliarmus.
Damn it, you monstrous little things. Let me cast my spells on you. Right? He just saw that there were too many spiders, and he was like, "Nope, nope, I'm out, get me the hell out of here." And then he got his head cut off, apparently. Again, maybe if the dude had paid more attention in school, he wouldn't have lost his head.
Revelio.
Yeah, can't be bothered going down there.
There it is. The bridge, it's almost complete. More spiders.
Oh, yay.
This can't be what beheaded Richard Jack. Leviosa, Accio, Incendio.
I'll take them down with ease. But then we get the big ass ones. Oh man, I hate these things. I really do hate these things. Squish.
Incendio. Farewell, monster. I can only imagine how the spiders have multiplied since Jackdaw came this way.
Dude, don't say that. I can only imagine how much these spiders have multiplied since he came this way. Dude, don't put that image in my head. That's gonna give me nightmares.
I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people who have arachnophobia would have blocked this part out. You know, they really should put an arachnophobia warning at the start of this game.
Must be getting closer.
You know,
to
this game contains
those pages.
arachnids, so if you have a fear of arachnids, be aware. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm
again, Richard Jackdaw.
terribly scared of
Thank you for
spiders.
keeping
I would
these
just
pages
say they
safe from
creep me the fuck out. Yeah, I'm not the kind of person who can have a tarantula climbing up his arm.
Here it is. The map that brought your doom, Jackdaw. Is there something beyond this room?
I hear that. No, I hear that.
Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. Some you brutes.
No, I evaded that. Oh, I've got no health potions. Crap. I didn't notice that.
Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. Leviosa.
So a plant killed a statue. Now, this feels a bit more difficult than I remember. No touchy. No touchy. Oh, he touched. He touched. Oh, that one's not dead. I thought he was dead. Oh, I pulled that off with no health at all.
But that's unnerving. What's happening?
No. What was unnerving was all the freaking spiders. How is that not unnerving and this is unnerving?
I've seen this before.
You need to sort out your priorities, my dude. Oh damn, when you put it that way about spiders being slowly fed on and sucked up, then yeah.
Oh no.
I get
starting to
I get what you're saying, bro. Yeah, I would rather just be like, nah, screw this, I'm done, bye.
How am I being protected?
I would jump into the fire pit. And my dude, don't question how you're alive, just be grateful that you are alive.
I can only hope this magic protects me until I'm able to make my way out of here.
Well, don't freaking jinx it, it's Hogwarts. You say that and then you'll end up dying.
What is this place?
Oh, I know. I mean, my creeped out factor of spiders came across when I was in junior school. We were learning about, nature and wildlife and stuff, and one spider in particular came up. It was called the trapdoor spider. It lives underground and only pops out from a little trapdoor, grabs its prey, and crushes it to death. I mean, that made me creeped out forever when it came to spiders.
It's you.
Has someone finally found our map chamber?
I recognize you from the Pensieves. You're Professor Rackham.
I am indeed. I must confess that I am surprised to see someone so young standing before me.
I'm the same age that you and Isadora Morganach were when you started at Hogwarts.
You've paid attention. And might I presume you share our ability?
To see traces of ancient magic? Yes, sir, I do.
As you have likely realized by now, our ability gives us a unique relationship with all forms of magic. We can access expressions of magic that few others can. Opportunities will arise that allow you to sharpen this rare talent. Do not squander them.
I won't, Professor. Thank you.
We have much to discuss. But first, a map found in a certain book led you here. Place the book on the pedestal.
I don't have the book with me, sir.
Yeah, I remember that one. He's like,
unfortunate.
No way.
I'm afraid we must pause our conversation until you return with the book.
Very well.
I like
the book right
Cartman as Awesomeo.
We
like,
shall speak again once the book is
totally
in place.
lame. Or Cartman again, where he's like, weak. I might as well get that. Get all the spell slots as early as possible, right? There's actually quite a few different options at the end of the game. I mean, there's one option where you can release the magic. There's one option where you can keep it for yourself. And I think there's another option where you can choose to destroy it. Yeah, we'll have that. Increase the range of Revelio. Well, that comes in handy a lot in this game because you end up spamming it pretty much 90% of the time you're playing it. Yeah, I mean, because when I did my Slytherin character, evil, it's just the way it goes. I made the Slytherin character evil. I went with the evil playthrough saying, well, no, I intend to keep the magic for myself. And then Professor Fig dies in a really brutal way. On my Hufflepuff playthrough, I chose to look after the magic, take it upon myself to look after it myself. I never finished my Ravenclaw playthrough, and I'm just doing this playthrough, so I've still got another option.
I found the pages and the map chamber. Why would I need the book?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think on every playthrough the professor still dies, but I think if you do it the evil way, like say, no, I'm keeping the magic for myself, then he dies much more brutally. On my Hufflepuff playthrough, when I did it the nice way, and he literally exploded. It was a grim way to die, but it was also a hilarious way to die. Not doing the Daedalian keys because, as I say, I just want to concentrate on the main story. I've been doing all the side quest stuff and everything on my own.
The banishing charm, useful for pushing objects or adversaries away. Complete the required tasks and meet me in my classroom.
Ah, flying class. Yes, please. See, that is one of the main problems with this game, because a lot of the side quest stuff, they are actually kind of like main missions, if you think about it. Even when you're learning the spells, they're not necessarily main quests, but they act like main quests. Fried strawberries. Do it, Homer Simpson, man. But yeah, guys, if you are watching now or in the future, please make sure to smash the like button and drop me a subscribe. And also do check out Blazen's channel. He's on the gaming community, he's on the 420 community. I know I'd appreciate any support you guys can give. And I say if you're watching in the future because currently now there's only 2 people watching, and I think one of those 2 people includes me watching it back to read these chat comments.
Your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
But, you know, I don't do these live streams or these videos for the views. I do it because I enjoy doing it. You know, I enjoy bringing this to the community, whether people watch it or not.
This, I fear, some of you have forgotten. Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up!
See, YouTube used to be weird that way because remember it used to say, like, even though you were viewing my content, you weren't actually viewing my content. It's like, but he's watching it and he's commenting, so how is he not actually watching it? It just showed up as no viewers, and it's like, well, that's really weird.
One leg over.
Like, YouTube seems to have fixed that now. So
none of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once. Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard. Do
Wish
take
I had
care.
my own broom.
The brooms are school property. I want them returned in
I think
one
I'm getting
piece.
the hang of this.
I remember when I first did this, you know, I was like, yes, finally, the broomstick. And then I thought, wait a minute, hang on a minute. Are we not actually getting the broomstick after this quest?
This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
Yeah, that's no problem, dude. Appreciate you stopping in nonetheless.
What a view!
Hello! Nice day for a flight!
Ha! Good. I've got this.
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as a first year.
I know, because it's hella dangerous, just like everything else at this damn school. Seriously, the neglectful parents that send their kids here. I think I'll be calling Ofsted.
Whoa! Our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while.
Ofsted is a British school reviewer to see if the school's actually treating the kids well. For my American viewers who don't know what that is.
Aha! Brilliant! Oh, well done! Have a moment? I say, I watched you fly
Right.
through those rings.
Oh yeah,
seem
if you want to keep
handle
something
yourself on a
safe, there's no better place than
dusty school broom
Hogwarts.
well enough.
Well, let's
I'd imagine
look
you're
back
ready
on
for
Hogwarts
something
history,
a
shall we?
bit more
There was the Wizarding
But I'm
War
getting ahead of
of the
We haven't
early
properly met.
1800s.
I'm Everett Clock.
There was the second Wizarding War with Voldemort. There was the Basilisk that was randomly killing kids. There's the giant spiders all over the place.
Kagawa seems strict. I wouldn't want to get into trouble.
There's
Kagawa won't even
apparently
notice.
cabbages that can
Besides,
eat
a
pieces
bird
of your
doesn't learn
flesh.
how to fly by
There's
staying
venomous
in the nest.
plants, venomous
Follow me.
creatures. There's centaurs that will split you in half for looking at them the wrong way. Yeah, it's really safe.
Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever. Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea by the window today.
I mean, to be fair though, as it goes as a school, it's probably going to be a lot more fun to attend this school than a public school.
Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Now that's more like it.
You sure you're not part hippogriff? There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and jaunt
Yeah, exactly. Werewolves as well.
This is quite the tour.
It's like they have teachers that are werewolves. They're around people that can literally turn into a ferocious monster and disembowel you. And parents willingly send their children here? It's like, well, I get it if you didn't want the kid and you want a way to get rid of the kid, but that's grim. Yeah, Fluffy, the three-headed dog. That's just another way to die. But although Dumbledore did actually warn them of that particular danger, he said something like, oh, what was it now?
Mr. Clopton,
He said, the third floor corridor is out of bounds for anyone who does not wish to die a most painful death. So at least there were four. I mean, although when it came to...
Perhaps, but we did get in trouble, and Kagawa could hold it against us.
Rotten luck, that. I didn't think she'd see us. But it's no matter. You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I have to purchase a broom then?
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
Oh, but the giant octopus is supposed to be friendly. It's like Hagrid said Fluffy was friendly, but he didn't seem too friendly when Harry, Hermione, and Ron were almost disemboweled by it.
If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I know a discreet place near there.
I adore
Good day to you. I require assistance with a delivery and thought you might be interested. Please visit me at J. Pippin's Potions if you'd like to earn a few coins.
Yeah, once it gets hungry, it's just going to pluck them first years right off the boat. The Whomping Willow Tree as well. It's like, who the hell enchants a tree to kill anything that comes near it? I mean, they were whinging at Voldemort for killing all these students when Hogwarts does it enough on a daily basis.
Rumor has it there's a secret but I haven't found it. Probably for the best. I'd be at the Three Broomsticks all day.
I mean, this right here, this is just another fine example of how dangerous Hogwarts is. That is literally what's left of a student like just blasted on the wall. And there's even a Revelio page on that commemorating it, and it's like, that is all that's left of a dead kid, and you're commemorating it. Again, though, overall, as a school in general, it does seem much more fun to attend than a public school. There's definitely more to do. Keeps you on your toes. Quite literally.
Luke and Brattleby must have nearly wet himself when you won every single crossed one's battle.
Over here.
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place.
I'm pretty sure they would. They're just not bothered about you using it.
There's a secret passage just here.
It's well disguised.
Well, it's not very secret if you're telling me about it. So then, you know, other people must know about it too, including the teachers. Oh yeah, I mean, he totally like outright murders his uncle.
How did you find this place?
But he is a loyal friend.
Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft.
And on the two playthroughs that I did finish, the first one I turned him in. The second one,
she loved that.
I let him go free. I was like, bro, you had to do it. He was going to kill you. You had to do it.
Again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us.
He did. He did. His uncle did force that upon him.
But he's trusted me since the
And I mean, to be fair,
want to jeopardize that.
on my first playthrough when I turned him in, it was actually one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in a game. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I've kind of got to do this.
I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology? I've noticed that he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here.
Not to mention that Gaunt kid is a descendant of Salazar Slytherin.
He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.
Actually, yeah, that's quite true. The teachers didn't know about the Chamber of Secrets. I mean, they knew of its existence, but they thought it was just a myth.
I'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the Blasting Curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly
I'm
dangerous
totally
in
with him on
untrained
this playthrough.
hands.
I'm sticking by him on this
Such spells should
playthrough.
be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic. But you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here. It may take a while to get the feel for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
If the incantation is Confringo, why does it look like I'm about to become Zorro?
You're getting it.
It's like, did I just use my wand to put a Z into the back of Sebastian's robe like Zorro?
Best to keep the Undercroft intact. Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but I think you'll find that a Confringo cast travels a bit farther than that of a spell like Confringo! How's it feel?
It's a tad hot.
That's it!
I think I've got it.
Well done.
I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. To this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not
the one
same
thing I'm
about
not going to do on this playthrough is
learn
the
perhaps when I next head to
learn the
Feldcroft, you could
unforgivable
come along.
curses, because on
Meet Anne.
my Hufflepuff
She could use some
playthrough,
cheering
on
up.
my Slytherin playthrough, I learned them all. So on this one, I want to find out what it's going to be like not to learn them.
If your sister is unwell, she may not want visitors.
Meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs. Trust me, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too.
Very well.
Although it is
Let me know when
really
and I'll
fun
meet
to
you.
use Avada
Cheers.
Kedavra.
By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the port key, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret Undercroft. You can trust me.
All right.
See, I really thought if you told Sebastian all this, he was going to stab you in the back and
traces of ancient
tell everyone.
magic.
But he doesn't.
Magic?
He keeps it secret.
I don't know what I was expecting to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
I suppose Sebastian is kind of like the Hermione
All I
Granger
know is that I can see whispers of
this
an old
game.
magic that hardly anyone else can.
Because, you know, he's good
Figure
with
I think
spells,
that
he's
Ranrock
intelligent,
somehow found a way to
and
harness
is a
that
loyal
magic's
friend.
power.
Are you
Everything
telling me
Hermione
that
was.
goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the
No,
blasting
it doesn't make
curse
him a
is in
bad
order.
guy. You know, he just
Spend
wants
as
to
much
save
time
his
here as
sister,
you'd like.
which
And
anybody would
remember,
want to do in his
keep
situation.
this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
I mean, especially considering the way his sister actually became ill. She was cursed.
Hello, Sebastian. Wait.
So it would stand to reason that he wants
I
to
can
save
hear
her from that.
Oh, hello. Ominous, isn't it? I believe we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and then suddenly found myself in a strange passageway.
Don't lie to me. No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster. I am not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
You needn't threaten me. I'm not going to say anything about your Undercroft. And Sebastian is a good friend.
I don't respond
You
well
shouldn't
to
immediately
threats.
assume the worst of him.
I don't care if you're blind, bro. I'll give you a piece of my eye. I'll give you.
Thank you
give
very
you a
much.
piece of it.
I just meant.
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian
That's very true.
is going to get an earful about this.
Sebastian does take a lot of the rap for you. You know, he is a good friend. He is a loyal friend. Yeah, he's like Malfoy. Wait till my father hears about this. Alright, so we'll get the broomstick and we'll do the room of requirement one. It is really hard to believe that this game is now 7 months old.
I'm well suited to counting money. Ah, new face. Wonderful.
The gear slots are full. Of course they are. Okay, that looks ridiculous. A turban? Oh, I've never worn a turban. Is it offensive to wear a turban if you're not Muslim? Well, the dark art stuff, you get this. And it is a beautiful robe. I love the animation on it. I think you also get a flying mount. Oh yeah, the Dark Arts Arena, yeah, I did a video on that. I uploaded a video of that. The Dark Arts Arena, even if you don't have the unforgivable curses, it lets you use the unforgivable curses. In fact, it lets you use them before you actually unlock them. And that's what I like about it. It's offensive if I say I can't wear it. Yeah, that's probably also true.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service.
Yeah, you
Welcome
get the
to
Thestral
Spitwitches.
mount.
Apologies if you came by before and weren't able
You also
to come
get a
in.
black
Shop's
hippogriff
been
to fly
closed
on.
since trade routes were disrupted. Had to
In the
travel
initial
as far
game, you
as
get
London
High
to
Wing,
meet with my supplier.
but in
And
the
I've only
Dark Arts
just
pack, you get a
returned.
black hippogriff.
Thankfully, with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom? Got a few rare U-weavers available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Wind Wisps, too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
Sounds quite the array of brooms. I'll have a look around. Thank you.
What are we looking for today?
Yeah, I think I've got enough money.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. That item is of the highest quality. Whilst nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in
Yeah, I'm
Gagawa's
looking
class,
forward to the sequel for
they
this
all
game.
have
I mean,
their
obviously it's going to be a couple of
limitations.
years away.
You seem to be a flyer who might be
But
interested in,
it comes
say,
back to what I was
some
saying earlier.
enhancement?
People are
Go on.
wanting a sequel too soon. You know, what they've done is they've played through it once as one character, done the main story, not bothered with the collectibles, not bothered with the side missions, not bothered with all the room of requirement stuff. And they've just thought, right, we're done now, where's the next one? Yeah, there's 3 other playthroughs you can do with different dialogue choices. Not too different, but it's still different. It's something you haven't heard before.
So I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard.
There's a couple of games over the next few years I'm looking forward to, actually. There's a singular Iron Man game coming out. There's a Black Panther game coming out. There's a Captain America and Black Panther game coming out. There's a Wonder Woman game coming out. And yet we still haven't got a Superman game. WTF to that.
I can't help but admire Mr. Weeks' enthusiasm.
Oh no, dude! You've got to go back and do all the broom tests. Once you've done them, your broom gets ridiculously fast. You can get from one side of the map to the other in like 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to do that room of requirement mission. And then I think we'll call it a day. Oh, oh.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over
Oh, on my first playthrough, I rarely used fast travel. Because I was always spamming Revelio. Even when I was on the broom. So I rarely used it. You know, every time I came across something interesting, I was like, ooh, that's got to be a shiny. And yeah, I love the room of requirement as well. I love decorating the room. When I decorated it as my Slytherin character, I made it look really evil. You know, there were I had those dismembered heads of house elves all over the wall.
Professor Weasley?
Somewhere away from prying eyes.
Well, that turban looks really weird. I need to get another head item. Yeah, those Deathly Hallows missions were nice Easter eggs. I hope in Hogwarts Legacy 2 we actually get a chance to, you know, look for them properly and use them. Even if it's just for one mission, I just hope we get to use them.
I see you've wasted no time. Well done.
Like, maybe in the next game, obviously there's going to be a time skip. Maybe Sebastian died, or Professor Weasley died or something, and you have to go on a quest to find the Resurrection Stone to bring them back, because they know something and you need to know it. And then, of course, that quest would lead to you going to find the invisibility cloak, because you'd need that cloak to find whatever the hell they knew about.
This is the Room of Requirement.
Yeah, that could work too. Like, if we're a descendant of the Potters. Like, your character is a descendant of the Potters.
If ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now,
that's possible too.
You must have sneaked
I'm
past
assuming there will be a character transfer option.
the house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day.
And, you know, that character transfer option, whether you're a Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, whatever, there might be a unique quest for each one, for each of the Deathly Hallows. So, Gryffindor, you might have to go looking for the Elder Wand, Slytherin, Resurrection Stone,
the vanishing spell,
etc., etc.
You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
Yeah, I thought that at first, until he destroyed it. See, now that just looks like a fart icon.
Splendid. Cast Evanesco on those chairs. Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on. Where in Merlin's
Yeah, but
name is that
Dumbledore
elf?
doesn't get the Elder Wand until after he graduates.
Is that... Goodness. My old school bag. I wondered where that had got to.
Revelio.
Can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor.
Dear me. Can't you keep it down? Some of us are trying to rest.
Yeah, so I think we'll get this mission out of the way, and then we'll call it a night. Time zones and whatnot. I'm in a different time zone to you all, so... It is rather late here now.
Revelio. Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
Squish.
An intruder!
Revelio.
No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless tin.
Oh god, I remember when I first played through this, I wanted to like press square on absolutely everything that you could press square on.
Revelio. How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? What was that? Was that a golden stitch?
Perhaps you should summon your wits.
Can't be bothered getting that.
Revelio. I hope that house elf can find us in here.
So much attention to detail was put into this room of requirement as well. I mean, we only saw bits and pieces of it in the film, but from the way it was described in the books, it made it look so enchanting. And then you see it in the film, and it's just like, oh, well, that's just the arse end of the school where everyone's lost stuff ends up. It's a closet.
Professor Weasley.
But this game, it really went all out and made it seem really important. You know, it made it seem like any student who really needs it can find it.
It is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The Room of Requirement will always be equipped for the Seeker's needs. It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deep-seen students in need of an extra file for potions...
I think if I was at Hogwarts and the Room of Requirement appeared to me, it would just be filled with TV screens and video games. Because that is all I would require at school to make me enjoy school. Just a room I could go to filled with screens and games.
Specifically,
just
to
to enjoy myself at school, you know?
Without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
C'est magnifique.
You've given your.
Oh, I've actually missed it looking like this. Because on my other playthroughs, the Room of Requirement, it's got all the vivariums and the extra space.
Forward to seeing what you do with the space.
I've missed this single room of it.
And it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
Yeah, first things first though, I'm changing that turban. I think we'll go back to that. I prefer fedoras, but I kind of like that on this guy. Well, on that note, then, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there because I've been live for over 2 hours now, and it is now past midnight. So at least I've got all that out of the way. I've unlocked the broomstick, so I can play it sporadically, do some side missions on my own, and just collect a bunch of collectibles. I can have fun with it, really. And by the time I next live stream it, I'll probably be about level 30, which will come in handy when I'm progressing further through the game. You'd have an infinite space for creating Lego cities and comics. That'd be yours. yeah. I mean, everybody would have their dream difference in the Room of Requirement. I mean, me, like I said, it'd just be a room full of TV screens, a bunch of games that I can play, just to enjoy myself there. You know, when I come out of lessons, I can just go there and blow off steam and unwind on my own in silence, without the sound of cars going past my building, or without the sound of the front door to the apartment complex closing, or without interruption from anything at all. That's my ideal gaming space. So that's going to be it for this live stream then. So I want to thank everybody for stopping in. Do appreciate it. Blazing, as always, stopping in for the whole stream. Do appreciate it. Blazing's on the gaming community and the 420 community, so if you're watching in the future, do head over to his channel. He would appreciate any support you guys can give as well. So there's going to be a few things coming in the coming weeks on the channel. Definitely some more informative gaming videos for your convenience. I'm going to be doing a few more live streams of Hogwarts Legacy. There's some updates for some games coming: Gran Turismo, Sonic Frontiers, Gotham Knights. So I'll be doing all that as well. Me and Blazin are also planning to do a Gotham Knights playthrough at some point. I think he said he was going to come back to it, so we'll probably be playing that as well. And not to mention, in just over a month's time, Spider-Man 2 releases. I do have the collector's edition, so I'll be doing an unboxing video so you guys can see what's in that as well. I'm looking forward to getting all 18 inches of Venom. I'm sorry, I just can't stop making that joke. Ever since Insomniac released that post saying, "Are you ready for 18 inches of Venom?" I'm like, no, but also yes, because it just sounded so wrong. But yeah, I'm so ready for it. So stay tuned for the unboxing video so you can see what the statue looks like and all the cool little goodies that come with it as well. And of course, I'll be doing gameplay on the day I get it when it's installed. Yeah, no worries, dude. I know nobody's watching at the moment, but that doesn't mean nobody's going to watch it in the future. So a shout out always helps. And as always, dude, I appreciate you stopping in. So yeah, I'm going to call it there. So just stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming from me in the coming weeks. Until the next one, this has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and we'll catch you all in the next one, guys.